After all the recent carnage and volatility in the energy markets, what do we do with Cheniere Energy, LNG, the pioneer in building liquefied natural gas export terminals that will be able to ship our abundant domestic natural gas to markets overseas where it's much more expensive? After peaking at roughly $80 a year ago, Cheniere has now come down to $62.57, even as the company has already locked in super long 20-year contracts that you can't break for its future export capacity. And construction on its Sabine Pass export terminal in Louisiana is ahead of schedule. Plus, earlier this month, activist hedge fund manager Carl Icahn announced an 8.18% stake in Cheniere, and last week the company allowed Icahn to appoint 2 new board members. So much has happened here that I am thrilled to bring back Charif Souki. He's the visionary chairman and CEO of Cheniere Energy. Get a better sense of how his company's doing and where it is headed. Mr. Souki, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Okay, Charif, let's just get right to it. Last time you were on, oil was dramatically higher, actually about twice where it was last Thursday. And you said it's going much lower. And I know that you're an energy guy and you're using liquefied natural gas, but have we hit bottom in oil?
I think we're pretty close.
You do?
Yes.
Because?
2 things have happened. First, we've exported our model from the United States to the rest of the world. In other words, every barrel of capacity is produced around the world, and every barrel produced is sold. So there's no spare capacity left in the system. So Saudi Arabia is close to full capacity. Kuwait and the Emirates are close to full capacity. So we've now taken the cushion out of the system.
Okay.
And the second thing that has happened is we're no longer spending any money on a global basis on CapEx. So you take those 2 things out of the system, and it's inevitable. At some point, you're going to find yourself in an imbalance on the other direction.
But this run from 38 to 48, I mean, is that for real?
Well, that's basically because the only players in the market today are financial, and they have no idea which direction it's going. So they're very, very nervous. It could easily go in either direction for a little while longer.
Okay.
And therefore, they're very nervous, and they should be.
Oh, okay. Because there could be demand comes back, or because the supply could be curtailed?
In the short term, things can happen. You never know what. But in the medium term, as you take the money out of the system, and you've taken the cushion out of the system, it's inevitable. We're going to go much higher.
That's a great point. Now, you correctly also said that natural gas was going to stay in vogue. Actually, natural gas is the best performing commodity I follow. It never really came down again. And is that because we have a lot of demand in this country, or is it because there's getting to be a worldwide market?
It's never come down in this country.
Right.
So we're now very low, and we're probably significantly under $3 for the foreseeable future.
Even with what you're about to do starting next year?
Well, I can't do enough. You look at the wells that they're drilling now in the Marcellus and the Utica, and it's insane. If somebody, I mean, those are Qatar-level production out of a Utica well, 70 million a day.
Like Q-A-T-A-R.
Yeah.
We're producing, in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we're producing like the Middle East.
Yeah.
And cheaply, too.
And cheaply. So wellhead costs are $1.50 to less than $2. Transportation costs can't be that high. So delivery to a port somewhere is under $3 for the foreseeable future.
Still. Now, we saw Carl Icahn, who's a good judge of value, decide that he wanted to be involved, that you didn't fight. You said, sure, bring 2 on. Well, why would you welcome that, and what do you think you get out of it?
I have the privilege of having a smart investor putting 2 smart people on the board. Why would I fight it?
I don't know. A lot of people don't understand that, and I think that you're right, because I think the smart people will make a better company.
Yeah, I mean, I welcome all opinions. We've always worked closely with our shareholders. And if Mr. Icahn wants to look deeply into the company and understand what's happening and help us, we welcome his help.
Fantastic. All right, now let's talk about the largest construction project in the country. And it's about to start. And you're ahead of schedule to be able to start shipping, huh?
Yes, but I still would like to put it in perspective. I mean, first thing is we're building 7 trains with total capacity of 31 million tons. It's never been done before.
Right, and that's a percentage of the U.S. production.
Yes. The second thing is we're going to have first production out of the first train by the end of this year, but the full train will not be in production till April, which is when we turn it over to our first customer, BG, who will take over from that point on. So first real commercial deliveries will be in April. So we'll be testing the system with cargoes in the first 3 months. Then after that, people forget that we always said we're going to bring a train every 6 months.
Right.
We can't go faster than this. So that takes us to the middle of 2019 with the 7 trains that we currently have under production. So it's very systematic.
But the company goes from having little cash flow to having massive cash flow.
Yes. So by the 2019, with the 7 trains that we have currently under construction, the cash flow will be $2.5 billion a year.
Incredible. And what I understand is that if someone needs that natural gas bad enough, even though it was supposed to necessarily be sent to the Southeast Asia, it could be sent to Europe.
It's going to be sent to Europe primarily. It's a 50
Right.
BCF a day market, of which 25 BCF a day is imported.
Right.
It's imported from places that don't make you warm and fuzzy.
Right.
And all of a sudden, there is the United States that has the ability to fill that void.
And these are long-term contracts. Those who think this is short-term, this is long-term ironclad.
But even if we go short term, right now prices in Europe are $6.50. Prices in America are less than $3. You can still make a $2 margin selling gas to Europe today in the short-term market.
Incredible.
It's an incredibly profitable. It's 20 to 25% return on incremental investments.
Well, look, you've been a pioneer. You've been right the whole way on everything that we've ever talked to you about. But you know what? You're a visionary. It's okay to say. You really are. There's Charif Souki, Chairman, President, CEO of Cheniere Energy, LNG. Congratulations on all you've done.
Thank you very much.
Stay with Cramer. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.